Hello everyone, my name's Lucknow. Welcome to my channel. Thank you for tuning in. So I want to talk about the Jupiter retrograde period, which has already begun since September 4th and will end around December 30th or 31st. And this is a major period which Jupiter does retrograde once every year, but it is a huge thing when it does retrograde because Jupiter is an enormous planet that carries the most abundance and energy and light and higher wisdom and perspectives and grace and optimism and all of that. So really look into where you have Aries in your personal chart and if you have any planets in Aries, because that is the specific area of your life that will be highly just highlighted at this time and with the most grace and higher wisdom and insight into creating the most harmonious, abundant lifestyle in that specific area for you. In this video, I'm just going to talk about the general energies of Jupiter in retrograde in Aries in this time, in Bharani especially, because Jupiter will be retrograding in Bharani until November 25th, which is a very long time, and then it will move into Ashwini Nakshatra. But first of all, let's talk about Jupiter retrograding in Aries. This sign is the first sign in the zodiac, the most bold and courageous, the leader, the fiery sign that's super passionate and optimistic. It's very aligned with the energies of Jupiter actually, because Aries just follows that initial instinct and impulse. Aries is not afraid, and I can really see these themes already in my life tying in with really being courageous and having faith and really being optimistic and discerning those things over fear. So sometimes fears can arise within us and they are legitimate fears, but sometimes they're not. They're just fears that we have manifested and created, that if we are able to discern through that and know that that's just our internal insecurities and anxieties about a certain thing, and we're able to overcome that and take a leap of faith at times, that can really lead us down new doorways, new opportunities. Doing anything new is scary, and just being able to discern whether they're legitimate fears or they're just fears that your soul is now ready to step through and take that leap of faith, that Jupiter is going to be bringing in higher discernment and higher wisdom in terms of that instinctual, impulsive energy, which is actually can be quite positive. Aries knows what they need to do. They take that initial instinctual impulse. It's a bit different to your intuition. So discerning your intuition versus instinct and impulse, those are some themes that are gonna come up in this time, I believe. Rahu is conjunct basically with Jupiter also in Aries. So Rahu has that like shady, smoky energy which can confuse us. So it's always important when Rahu is close to Jupiter, in my opinion, I believe, to make sure we're always doing what is morally and ethically right with not only ourselves but the world around us, and also morally right for ourselves in terms of following our higher self and our heart and our soul and not our ego. Because with Rahu and Jupiter, I believe that Jupiter can help expand this energy of Rahu. No matter what path you follow, you can really reach success, but that doesn't mean you're following the right path towards your higher self's success. success does not need to be just money and fame and just ego-based successes. This is the time where it's really about finding the true success and fulfillment and happiness in our life, and what that means to us with Jupiter in Aries. So Jupiter will be in the nakshatra Bharani until November 25th. So this is quite a long time. This nakshatra, the symbol is the yoni. So the importance of the feminine creative energy. The yoni literally has the power to create life through a lot of hard work and sacrifice and pain. Something beautiful is created through the yoni, and through that feminine wisdom we can create so many beautiful things. We can alchemize our pain into beautiful things. And this is something to really reflect on, is what are you doing to create and manifest in this world through your creativity, through your feminine wisdom and your feminine energy. We all carry that feminine energy within us, and it is really time for us all to make sure our feminine and masculine energies are balanced within us. Bharani is ruled by Venus and the symbol is the yoni, but Bharani is within the sign of Aries, which is ruled by Mars. So that's Venus and Mars. So Bharani is really teaching us to balance our own masculine and feminine energies, which is so important. And I feel like I speak about that as well in so many videos, because it is a theme that I keep seeing arise. It's so important for us all to have that balance, to be able to really step into that feminine flow of trusting our intuition and letting God or the universe or just life guide us and flow through with that, but equally taking action and doing the masculine practical steps that we need to do to create our life. They both need to be super grounded and balanced. Speaking of being grounded, I do feel like that is also a theme, because Aries rules the physical body. So we need to make sure we're grounded within our physical body, and that we're really in touch with our physical body, and that we love ourselves fully and completely. Venus moves direct as soon as Jupiter goes retrograde. So we are more able to be in touch with our heart and our soul now. Let's make sure that we are fully grounded and embodied with that too. When we love ourselves fully and unconditionally, that's when we really feel comfortable within our bodies, and we don't I really believe a lot of the time we become ungrounded because we don't feel safe in our bodies. So that is a theme as well that we need to work on. Saturn is in close aspect to the Jupiter retrograde. Saturn is also retrograde in Aquarius in the star Shadabishak, the 100 healers. So it's a time of healing, the 100 plants and herbs and flowers. It's time to heal through nature and realize that it's all connected. We're all connected. So nature and us, we're connected. And that is, that's all I'm going to say with that. We're all connected. The god Yamaraja is a part of the nakshatra Bharani, and Yama rules karma, death, yogic practices. These practices, like actually doing yoga, breath work, meditation, are also so helpful, especially in this time, and they can help us. Doing these practices can help us release stored karma, stored things within us that are holding us back and keeping us in loops. This deity Yamaraja is going to help us release those karmic things. So it's just a really powerful time now to do all of that healing work, to connect with nature, to connect with plants and herbs, yogic practices whenever you can, to exercise. Aries is really, this energy just works well when you're moving your body. There's a lot of fire, passionate energy, and that's how we can step into that creativity. And also doing rituals with the element of fire, sacred ceremonies, can really help you connect with that divine spark within you as well, and inspire your creativity. So yeah, in this time, I spoke about the month of September being just this preparation period for us. It's not so much a time of moving ahead fearlessly, it's more planning so that we can move ahead fearlessly soon, but not yet. So now with Jupiter going retrograde, it's really time for us to reflect on certain areas of our life with the most highest wisdom and the highest perspectives, with the most optimism and grace and discernment. And yeah, and then we can create a truly abundant life. And Jupiter will magnify and create the abundance of whatever we focus our energy on. So let's make sure we're focusing on what our heart and soul desires and what is truly important to us. With the Saturn and Jupiter aspect, it's really going to be highlighting to us what is truly important. And the Rahu aspect is also going to be sometimes not a distraction, but a test to see, are we ready to focus on what is truly important for our higher self, or are we going to take shortcuts? Are we going to get distracted? Are we going to do things that are not aligned with ourselves? So I personally feel that this Jupiter retrograde period is a bit of a testing period for us, where once Jupiter does start moving direct, we will receive and reap the rewards for whatever we have planted in this time. So make sure you plant the right seeds and you nurture them, and yeah, just nurture them gradually each day, just even little by little doing things for yourself, and just trust that your fruits will be sown by the end of this period. So yeah, I love you all. I hope you have a beautiful rest of this year, and I'll speak to you soon.